the early Jurassic, that was 213 million years ago to 170 million years ago. And the world was mostly still together, like in the Triassic, with continents together, but already a bit broken apart. And it was warmer and wetter as in the Triassic, so less desert. And when the oceans were many dinosaurs living, also on the land, but also in the ocean. And there were, for example, the crinoids, they were animals anchored to the seabed. And there were the belemnites and the ammonites, for example, they were a bit like today's living squids and octopus, but also bigger fishes, like the Ichthyosaurus, a fast-swimming fish, and the Chondromontosaurus, also a big fish. And that is according to Ginny Johnson's Dinosaur Encyclopedia for Children on the page 32 and 33. The positions and views expressed are the ones of the source and don't necessarily align with our own or with the ones of the Excel, of the entities proper. Hi and welcome. I am trying to learn Dinosaurology. Maybe this is actually then paleontology. Life in the early Jurassic, and after we've done that, we're gonna do squat training. And if you participate in the squat training, then it's very honest. Life in the early Jurassic. The dry desert lands of the Triassic period had mostly disappeared by Earth Jurassic times. So when it was Jurassic time, there wasn't so much desert anymore on the Earth. The climate in most of the world was warm and wet. Warm but wet, so no desert anymore. The oceans of the world were packed with a huge range of creatures. Many creatures were living in the ocean. From the seafloors sprouted graceful sea lilies or crinoids. These were not plants, but many armed relatives of starfish. Many armed relatives of starfish. Okay, there were some type of, so there are starfish. I think these are, they look like stars. and they had more arms than do we see here. But I can't find them right now here. Okay, there were some relatives to the starfish living. Cruising through the warm waters by jerky jet propulsion were ammonites and belemnites, coiled and straight-bodied versions of today's squid and octopus. Okay, there were ammonites. I can't see it. The ammonites had a squid. There's an ammonite. That one. Ammonites were there and belemnites. Belemnites, that one there. And they were similar to the today living squid and octopus. These and other invertebrates, animals without backbones, so they don't have a spine basically, such as mollusks, shellfish and worms, were hunted by a great variety of swimming predators. Okay, the ammonites and the belemnites, and also other fishes like the mollusks, I don't know if it's a fish, the mollusks, the shellfish and other worms were hunted by other animals. They are the fish of many sorts. Their bodies covered with tough, heavy scales for protection. Okay, they had some protection, we say. The most powerful of all undersea hunters, however, were the huge marine reptiles such as Ichthyosaurus and Plesiosaurus. Okay, the greatest hunters were the Ichthyosaurus, there, and the Plesiosaurus. Not here. Okay, some ads. The Jurassic period began about 213 million years ago. It is named after the limestone rocks formed at this time in the sea and later thrown up as part of the Jura Mountains in Europe. I don't really understand what we mean. As in the previous part, are now the rocks named after the time or the time after the rocks, but what are the rocks named after if not after the time? It started 230 million years ago. The map shows how the world might have looked in the early Jurassic. The world's land masses were still very close together. Okay, I was saying it was not as much. That is the reason why it is not so dry. It was very connected. where it was very connected in Triassic. And now it's not so much connected anymore. This map shows how the world might have looked in the early Jurassic. The world's land masses were still very close together. Still very close together, but not so much anymore. Okay, what do we have here? Under the sea, Lepidodes was able to shape its mouth into a tube and suck prey towards it from a distance. Okay, it could suck in other animals. Ichthyosaurus had a streamlined body shaped like a torpedo, ideal for fast swimming. The Ichthyosaurus could swim fast, and they said here that it was hunting. Ammonites had a squid-like body inside a coiled shell. They became extinct at the end of the Cretaceous. I can't pronounce the word. Cretaceous. At a time period. They like squids, but inside a shell. Ornithorosaurus was an unusual ichthyosaur with the top jaw much longer than the lower jaw. Okay. That was an ichthyosaur. The other one is also ichthyosaur. With fast swimming, hunter there. But that one had a longer top mouth and lower mouth. Dapedium had short jaws and broad teeth it may have used for crushing shellfish to eat. Okay. There. Dapedium, short jaws, broad teeth. Crinoids were not plants, but animals that lived anchored to the seaboard. These are not plants, they are animals, but anchored to the seaboard. Belemnites are now extinct, but probably look much like a modern squid. The other ones which squid have. And Pholidophorus was a fast-moving fish that probably hunted small shrimp-like creatures. Pholidophorus, fast-moving, and hunting shrimp-like creatures. Temnodontosaurus, with its long, sharp-toothed jaws. No, wait one there. That one is the Pholidophorus. That is the Temnodontosaurus. With its long, sharp-toothed jaws, was a powerful hunter. Here it is about to catch a plesiosaur. Temnodontosaurus is about to catch a plesiosaur. A brittle star. These 5-armed creatures still live in oceans today. This one here. A brittle star. Are these the starfish? We are through. We have read it all. If you were here for Dinosaurology, Paleontology, not Paleontology, I forgot my first point. If you were here for whatever it was, you can go directly to the next part where we will continue with that. If you stay here and participate in the squat training, wenn es wieder hier anders geht. One leg. And go. Take one leg at the ankle. Change. One leg to the side. And we're stretching the inner side of the leg. Out to the other side. And go from side to side. And back into the other. And now do the squat, legs apart, and we're doing 12. Number 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, and the last two, 11 and 12. And now the 6-pack squat squeeze, quarter squat, and press against the top part on one leg. And on the other side. Half squat, press in the middle of the leg. And on the other side. 3/4 squat, press close to the knee. And on the other side. And up. And now the fastest giraffe of the water pond. 3/4 squat, press against the knee. Go towards it. Other side. Press. Go towards it. Press. Go towards it. Press. Press. Towards it. And the last one. Towards it. And up. And now the propeller. Full squat. Arms to sides. Over to one leg. Press against the leg. Look up. Middle to the other side. Press against the leg. Middle. Up. And now one heel onto the ground. Pull the toes in. Foot to the left and pull in. Right and pull in. Middle. And move from left to right. Other leg. Pull in. Right and pull in. Left. Middle. And from left to right. And one leg up. The other one. Take one leg in. Tuck it down. Change. And legs to sides, breathing it out. And out. In and up. And out. In and cross the legs. In and out. That was the squat training. I thank you very much and next time.